to crack the door open, smoke the vent, flash his teammates to take it. Aggro, really, as they make their way out toward that side. Cirque, I thought, was guaranteed a frag there. Down he goes. Breezy can't do much better, and it's going to be a 5 versus 4 as they scramble towards lower. Twist controls the vents as well. This is superb.
This is beautiful here from Nip, and they're actually managing to pull it off the way that it should be. Oh, never mind. They face Tarek one after the other, and they're getting annihilated. All the pistol kills going the way of Evil Geniuses.
No way.
Disaster for Nip. It looked so good, but Evil Geniuses were ready for it. They hit all of their shots. Tarek finally coming online. Key kill there to start the ball rolling for EG. And yeah, some frustration there for NIP. They know they had that one in the bag.
It was done. You got that opening pick. You got 5 players down lower as well. Twist in the vents. Like that should have been a done round. Tarek was non-existent on Dust 2, but a loud roar in the pistol round here on Nuke. A 180 shot as well. He stays alive. 2 frags is about what he got on Dust 2, to be fair, and it will be the full eco. This is a good call from NIP. We saw this plenty of times yesterday. The 4 spies in the second round of Nuke. Either side, for me, it's not that compelling. I prefer getting the AKs out in the third for sure. You have a lot more firepower, and luckily for EG, they don't have all the SMGs out. They have a couple of rifles in the mix there. An AUG for Breezy and a FAMAS, so they're decently equipped to circle open things up. He'll be the outside AWPer, of course, eventually, so he wants to farm up as much money as he possibly can and stay alive. Self-preservation is very important at this stage.
Is this my chance to nitpick a little bit, Henry?
Go for it.
All right, stop trying to get kills with rifles and let the guys with MP9s actually go and get the kills, please. Because it's not about you. I know you want to pad your stats, Cirque. I know you had a rough one on Dust 2. These are feel-good frags. And then
that doesn't feel good.
That doesn't feel good.
That feels bad.
Just get your head taken off by Lycro crouching with the Deeg.
Yeah.
But when you're in these anti-eco situations, just let the SMGs get the kills. And it's just the rifles right now. So, what, $600 lost so far? we can go on and on. But it is still just an anti-eco round right now, and EG are playing it tight.
Yeah, that's fair. They've only given up 1 kill so far. They still have the 4-on-3 advantage. You can see at a very tight angle. You can see the scope of the AWG coming through. The train in Nuke is only maps. You'll see this weapon already used now, and you can see why. Lots of range. Lots of disgusting angles in hold, but not bad work from Twister. They've actually got a couple of rifles now. This is not impossible. Sure, they don't have armor or utility, but they get a bomb plant down. Any kill they get at this point is massive because the reinvestment from the CTs, regardless of the fact I think they're going to win this round, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Twist will not be checking his angle on the left. That will cost him his life. Forrest now, his primary objective is just to get that bomb down if possible. Even just 1 more kill would do a lot, but it looks like lower is potentially open. I will confirm that right now. I'll have a look around. It actually is. He's got a bomb plant here.
Oh, what? 7 seconds.
What are you thinking, boy? Oh, he should have got that down.
Yeah.
Well, the Sanasaur's behind him in either way, but looks of things.
I still think he gets it. I still think he gets it there. But rough break there for Forrest. Didn't go his way that time. They still managed to do a little bit of damage to the Evil Genius economy, even though I think the AUG was recovered. So they should be able to get that back online.
I don't think it was. Unless Tarek has got it.
Tarek is going to have it, I think.
Yeah, what a shot that was from Lekro. One of the most deadly Deagle users from Sweden, that's for sure. There is no AUG. So with Tarek's on the MP9, you can see how those kills have a massive knock-on effect going into this round. You've still got SMGs, you've lost on those rifles. They still have 2 M4s here, but up against 2, make it 3 Kriegs, a couple of AKs. What a strong buy that is for an NIP. Imagine if he got that bomb planted as well. That would have been high rolling.
That's where Forrest is maybe kicking himself a little bit, thinking perhaps he could have stuck it. Still, sometimes that's just the way it goes. Rough start for NIP here, 2-0 in favor of Evil Geniuses on the CT side. But still, NIP now, like you said, they've got the Kriegs online, they've got the firepower, and they have a couple of nades to work with. Single smoke left on Lekro's side, and some aggression coming in here from EG. I like it. Get into the lockers, see if they can catch Rez looking the wrong way, and it might just work for him. Whoa, did not expect Breezy to be holding aggro like that. And so, opening kill once again here for the Evil Geniuses. And Ninjas and Pyjamas making their way down secret into the lower halls.
Well then, opening frag has been found, but as you mentioned, decent territory for NIP here. A minute on the clock. Bomb is down there towards the lower side, and this is normally a little bit of a difficult crossfire to shut down, but no CT presence there whatsoever. Forrest will hold the vents, confirming that's clear. Looking towards Decon. Circle rotating through now. Remember, they don't have the AWP. They don't have much in terms of heavy weaponry here. Circle throwing a flashbang as he's smoked out from the ramp room. And NIP will continue with their assault towards this lower bomb site.
Good use of utility. They've still got a couple of nades as well. Angles are getting covered. I like to see it. And now we get to see NIP spread out and make life difficult here for EG. Twist taking control of the vents. Wants to make sure that anybody coming in from the upper side is going to have a bullet straight to the face. And 2 making their way through the lower halls. Nades going through, and this is going to be it. The run by, cut in half. Twist there to pick up the first kill of the retake, and leaving Twist all to his own as well. Forrest really trying to focus on the bomb site here. Instead, leaves his teammate to die. Cirque comes in from the ramp as well. Forrest This is where you have to hit every shot. If you're going to take risks like this, Forrest, you got to win out. And he's going to find 1 and 2, looking for the next one. Lekro in a 1v2. He can't do it. And they have a kit on Evil Genius's side. It looks like it will get defused in time.
That's very close indeed, but solid work from EG. They're very good trading potential throughout the rounds, and sure, the bomb gets planted. It comes down to a situation where NIP can win. They're doing great work to actually get down towards lower, have decent manpower in that position, but not able to convert a round just yet. EG needed that round. They've got a nice injection of cash there. They've got everyone on rifles at this point. A Krieg in the hands of Cirque, an AK for Tarek, but the money continues for NIP as well. As they get the bomb down, the loss bonus swelling. They've got themselves 2 Kriegs, a Galil, and 2 AKs. You can see a distinct lack of the utility now. So what's going to be the approach? They've gone for a relatively slow-paced gameplay so far. And looks like to be quite a depot round for now as Stanislaw. This is so good from him. He always does such great work towards that side. This time bested by Plopsky. It's a 5 versus 4. And this is where you want to put the brakes on if you're an IP. These smokes, you want to be dropping them every single round. It's similar to the Xbox smoke on Dust 2, for example. You take vision away, and sometimes you can send 3 or 4 players towards Secret. Sometimes you send 1, sometimes 0. The idea is it forces a rotation from the CT side.
Exactly. Makes it so that it's more difficult to get information, and information is key. Just ask the G Jones.
Exactly.
So, man advantage now for NIP. Taking their time with it. The Evil Geniuses are the ones right now who are a little bit behind in this, and they may be trying to make a play. And so it is going to be a quick execute out onto the A side here for NIP. Trading 1-for-1. Breezy guns down res. Point blank gets the follow-up as well. Falling apart here for NIP. A little slow on the refrag, and it's not going to happen now. 2v3. NIP down a man, and they are instantly traded. Cirque there to take Lekro out. All on Plopsky now. 1v2. Bomb dropped in the open on the upper site. And well, now he has no idea where the remaining 2 players are for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here, but still with 40 seconds. You get no accuracy on the ladder. You have to be standing on firm ground, and it's Galil up against the AK, and that's not a battle you want to take. 4-0 for EG on the CT side. So far, so good. Been some close calls, that's for sure, but NIP now with maximum loss bonus. Without a plan, they won't be able to invest into this one. So I'd say Deagles and CZs are on the agenda, but still can be powerful on Nuke. You can see the opening pick, need to snowball with it. You can see they've got 5 smokes, probably going to do the same outside smoke, try to get towards lower potentially. Ramp splits are very good on these sort of rounds. If you can get some towards Secret, then try and overwhelm that position, but always going to be tricky on Nuke. It's difficult to find the 1 Deags required here as they set up the outside smokes here.
Change of mental strategy coming in here from EG as well. Dust 2, they got pounded. They didn't make a peep, right? Not a noise. Here, they're winning round after round, and you can see them shouting, top of their lungs. In there, the players can hear each other. Yep. Not conversationally, but if you're shouting, you can hear your opponents.
Absolutely.
And so Evil Geniuses right now trying to get in Nip's head, trying to really put the pressure up on Nip, because they know they're behind in this series. They're down a map. This is Nip's map pick, and so EG need every edge. See if it comes back to bite them, though, if they're getting their energy up a bit too high. But I do like them trying to wage a little bit of mental warfare as well here.
Yeah, psychology is a massive part of Counter-Strike, that's for sure. If you're confident, you're feeling good, and everyone's fired up, you got to bring that energy into the round yourself. You got to be wanting to perform for your teammates. As we'll see Tarek with the AK-47. We talked about this yesterday. If you have the AK towards ramp, it's a very good position because you can get the one-tap potential. He feels like he can challenge a little bit more than usual here, considering he's up against the pistols, delivering with 2 frags. That's fine, he goes down. He's done significant damage towards Lekro as well. Frags bouncing all around the map here. We're going to have a 4-on-2 though. Lekro, 50 HP. Oh my goodness, that's one hell of a shot. That's a showstopper. Ethan will be taken down towards main entrance. Unfortunately for Lekro, it takes a lot of damage. It can't recover a rifle. Bomb's been dropped towards ramp, but still impressive. That's
going to be the rough thing here. Because EG, they've got ramp control. They have to go here. EG know it, and so NIP now, they're going to be in a bit of a tight spot. Stanislaw with the pre-fire, drops Lekro. It's all on Plopsky now with the Deag, looking for the shot. Not going to have the opportunity. Yes, he will. There it is. 1 tap. Still a 1v2, though. And what does he have to work with? He's got 14 seconds to get this bomb planted. It looks like he's just going to try and stick it, and unfortunately for him, he will not be allowed to. Denied. Cirque is here, and just the time running out. And at that point, yes, okay, get the kill. Sure. But at that point, EG could have just let him run the clock out. He's got nowhere to go.
That's a good point.
You know, you just make sure he gets no money, he survives around, and then you kill him, because he's never getting the bomb down.
Yeah, good point. They definitely could have done, but I guess both work either way. There's still not going to be an AWP for Cirque. The T side of Nuke, you don't necessarily want to be operating that. It's good for opening picks, but it's difficult to really do much with it in the mid stages of the round. So they'll stick with 5 rifles here, and we'll see what can be done. It's 5-0 for EG at this stage. Cirque does have the AWP on the CT side at this point. It's going to be a faster approach. The slow pace hasn't worked out for them. Rushing towards up, the flashbangs are effective for both sides here, but it's twist to open things up. But Breezy has been solid as a rock towards the upper bomb site. Plopsky holding the flanks here. here. Down to a 3-on-3, but does he know there's a second player there? He absolutely does. He'll find Cirque.
Takes Cirque out of it. Breezy
Damn.
still holding fast, and it's a 1v2, 1v1 now. Stanislav versus Plopsky. Last two alive here.
He has no idea.
And Stan on the other side of the smoke. I like this discipline from Plopsky, though. Holding the angle, hoping that Stan walks into him, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Must-win shot. Hey, he's going to get it. There's some trigger discipline, Henry. There is some discipline. That's what you need.
17 years of age as well.
Solid.
Amazing.
That's the kind of play that you need to go for in that situation. You wait for the other. You force him to come to you.
That's a very good point. Counter-Strike, that patience is a virtue in this game. A lot of people think it's about bouncing around, finding the headshots, but you let players walk into your crosser, that's very effective as well. That was a very intellectual play from Plopsky for sure. He already did the heavy lifting with the initial 3 kills he found in that round, but look what it does. We've had so many close rounds here. Sure, EG are up 5-0, but now they lose one. They're down to just the SMGs, MP9s, UMPs, and CZs. This is a great chance for NIP to take a huge chunk out of EG if they can win this round, but still, EG, some of the most talented players individually in CSGO. It's not easy to take them down, even when they have MP9s.
Yeah, no, that's just care of the devs. Give good aim, give a bunch of guns that kill you with one shot, and anything is possible, Henry.
They did say when CSGO first came out, I was one of the original meetings, the first people to play the game, right? They said, the first thing they said to us, we want to make every gun viable in the game. They've certainly done that. They've achieved their goals. I'll give them that much. Every gun seems to be very viable.
Given that there is some strategy, obviously, you know, we are taking being a bit glib here. You know, you got to be up close with the SMGs. Up close with the SMGs, though, they'll still shred you. So there is a balance everywhere. So far, NIP taking control of outside. That's why we're kind of going off on a tangent. Standard stuff coming in here from NIP so far. They have control of yard. They're making their way down secret. And just hanging around. Upper hall, and that's Rez on his own, it looks like. Yeah, so he'll be setting it up. Ooh, clever. I like that. So now that yard is in, it's looking like close quarters combat could be happening there.
That's not what you want against the CZs and MP9s, to be honest.
If you're going to charge him in the vents, this is going to get nasty.
There you go.
Oh, it's so tough. Yep. CZ is an abomination. I said it when it first came out. It's still the case. But congratulations there. Picks up 2 kills, and they are turning around. EG, is he going to get it done? Yeah,
9 seconds.
With the clutch.
Oh, if he'd have created that would have been like a scene from a film. He gets him dropping down and he goes in. That was too close for comfort. Luckily, as you mentioned, the fact that EG was so broken financially there, sure, it came down to 1 versus 1, but they surely don't force by here. If they do, that is an absolutely disastrous move. There is temptation considering you just brought that down to an insanely close round. Cirque doing God's work here in the vents. Somehow gets 2 frags. Then Breezy with the MP9 as well. Look at the clock at the very top of your screens there. 9 seconds as he finds the bomb down towards Squeaky Door. But they do take their full E-kill. They'll have to yield and give in, as we'll see just USPs across the board, as NIP fans can have a bit of a sigh of relief here. Some respite as we get into round number 8, and they're going for a fast outside take. I like this. There's not really much danger apart from a secret stack, which potentially is coming through here, but luckily they only have the USPs. After spotting a player there, they might want to fall back. We will see.
Baited, baited, baited. Is he going to take it? Yes, he will. Doesn't matter. Good fire there. Coming in, twist with the support on Lekro. And Cirque tried to go for the flank down secret. He's going to get caught, and this is looking fairly clean here for NIP. This is exactly how it should go for an anti-eco against a hard eco. And NIP right now, if they lose a player in this, it's almost a lost round. You shouldn't be giving up any money whatsoever to Evil Geniuses, but you got to give it to Evil Geniuses. They're showing some fight. 5-2, Evil Genius is still in the lead on the CT side. But NIP, I mean, this is so crucial. I mean, if we want to talk about old NIP, like Nuke, getting 3-4 rounds early in the half here on T side is huge for NIP. That's really going to put the pressure on Evil Geniuses. After such a strong start, you really want to get the lockdown on CT.
In terms of loss bonus, there'll be a 3rd stage after this one. So that's going to be $2,400 on top of what you see right now. So Breezy will have enough to drop an orb for Cirque over. He'll have enough, but it's still not ideal. I think they'll go 5 rifles from what I can see right now. It's still not an ideal situation. You've got 4.4K and 3 players. That's Cirque, Stanislaw, and Ethan. And with Nuke, it's one of those maps where, unfortunately, you don't have many options to go aggressive and look for a pick at the start of a round.
This is the risk of getting too shouty, though, Henry.
Sure.
Is because now they're all quiet.
Then you go dead quiet, and everyone's like,
and the energy comes right back down again. And that's the risk. You can play that game of shouting, but we've seen it time and time again with teams. Starts turning against them. They're not making a peep anymore. But right now, this is where you need one of those players. As soon as the match goes live, you need Tarek to be shouting, like, let's go, let's get him.
Well, if I was playing against them right now, if I was the more stoic team being quiet, as soon as they did start going quiet, I'd just be like, why are you shouting now, boys? And that's when you really go into this game. That's when you,
They're Swedes, Henry. It's not in them. It's not in their DNA.
That's a good point. But if you were playing a UK team right now, trust me, we'd be like trousers around the ankle, standing on the desk, screaming back at them. Just everything would be being thrown at them. But yeah, unfortunately, you're right. This is not.
That was always Taz, remember? That was always Taz.
Right.
Happy, are you happy?
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, I miss those days.
Man, yeah, he was always talking smack. That was his thing. Win or lose, he didn't care. And he saw it, too. He's like, maybe I'm not hitting shots in game, but my game is to get in their heads. I'm going to constantly put pressure there. And I was like, fine, Taz. You guys were winning at the time. It was looking great. So,
absolutely.
You know.
Oh, good nades. That doesn't. Oh, it's an absolute strike towards main entrance out of the HEs. It's doing 90 damage towards Stanislaw. Wow. Lucky to be alive.
This is where you wish Plopsky was just wall banging. Blaze.
Yeah. Oh, there's a moment now. It's just like, you know what? Maybe I will.
No man advantage, but still. Nade superiority. Cirque outside, though, finds the opening kill of the round. Plopsky, he's lurking around, got picked off. Upper defense now looking pretty solid here for Evil Geniuses. Rez looking like he wants to set up the smoke to try and cut Cirque off if he did manage to stay up there. Not a whole lot for Cirque to worry about out in yard now. Nip certainly taking over the halls, currently taking over the halls. Tarek has got ramp on lock. They are going to group up and try and make the play here. Lecro through the smoke, hoping to pick Breezy off, and I like that, but Tarek wins the duel, and that drops the bomb on ramp. Twist with the bomb solo, forces Nip's hand. They have to get out here. They have to win these fights, and they get obliterated. 6-3, Evil Geniuses in the lead, and that's a brutal one. Twist going out with the bomb alone really puts Nip in a terrible spot.
Yeah, that really wasn't ideal. They had 3 magnificent rounds in a row, but that's going to slow things down somewhat. We haven't seen many tactical timeouts so far, but maybe this could be a chance for one. This will be their last investment. They're juggling the cash around, but you can see there's a few holes to plug. Rez will have a couple of grenades, but not everything he needs. This is the last of the NIP gold. You can see Twist doesn't have a helmet right now. He's got a decoy, though. See if that has any sort of knock-on effect. And with Cirque, he's so aggressive with the AWP. Loves to find his opening picks. Looking towards that squeaky door right now. Waiting for someone to walk into his crosshair. Rez is there on the other side, but is he ready for this? Cirque might actually go in towards the squeaky door. I love it.
Scary moment there. Just the way that the angles worked out. Survives at 3 HP, you're right. But again, tit for tat. Damage dealt on both sides, but no kills yet. NIP once again have control of yard. But they're working their way back into the inner halls once again here for NIP. So let's see, where do they decide to wind up? With a minute 10 on the clock, they have time to maneuver. Single smoke, and there it is. Ethan getting picked off by Lecro, decides to take the duel. Shuts him down. Cirque going to leave an incendiary up there just to keep him busy. And Breezy, that was the kill. That had to happen there for Breezy. He loses the duel versus Twist. Tarek has pushed in. Needs to win this follow-up. Not going to get it. Forrest is there. Drops him. 2-man advantage now for NIP.
Yeah, you got 3 HP. Like, you wouldn't want to try and retake a 4-on-2 with an AWP regardless, especially when he's got no health to speak of. They're going to hold strong towards the ramp by the looks of things. Stanislaw will act as a bodyguard for Cirque here, holding towards that radio room, and that's a nice recovery. NIP are looking very sharp here. What a shot that was from Twist towards a heaven position. It looked like he was absolutely done for there, but it's the Kriegs, always looking strong, managing to obliterate the opposition. Lecro, I feel like he's got this one. He absolutely does. He's looking so crispy right now.
Yeah, he's definitely getting some damage done. And there's Plopsky denying the op. That's excellent. The money isn't really there for Evil Geniuses. They'd lost their loss bonus, or at least it got whittled down to the point where they're only at 2 right now. Tough one here for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, so ideally you're taking a partial buy here, but now it's got to the real problematic situation. Like, sure, you had a great start, but now they've got 4 rounds on the board. You take another eco, that's going to be 5. Like, 5's a decent T side. They've got for themselves 3 HE grenades, make it 4. They're going to nade outside for sure and see if they can open things up. NIP have been focusing outside a lot, and we'll see if these nades land. But when you know the money's low, you ideally just want to play a little bit more passively. Perfectly done by NIP. They've got breaths down the vents, however. I do like that a lot. Where you get a successful player down there with 100 HP essentially, that's a very strong move.
This is going to get really spicy. Lecro just taking shots through the smoke. That's just, well, that's unfortunate for him. Yeah, that's it. Not what you can do. Putting shots through. Good awareness there from Evil Geniuses. And so Lecro decided that's a bit too hot to handle. He's going to back off. Rez is still down here in the halls, though. And he's hunting. And he's going to get completely flanked by Stanislaw. That's an AK and a Molotov picked up for free. Stan catching him looking the wrong way. And, well, Nip with the quick play is now coming back to bite them. They're down a man, and now they elect to stick together. Their flanker, their lurker got picked off. Now just work together here, and don't put yourself in positions where you can lose more guns. But Would have been one there. Tarek looking for the one, and he's not going to get it. Plopsky overwhelms him. 2 players here. There's the follow-up. Stan chiming in. 2 kills. Going the way of Evil Geniuses. Could be a 3rd here, but Ethan has to reload. Tough break for him.
Yeah, the USP as well. That was always going to be an impossible task for him, but still, a decent effort there. A little bit uncomfortable for an IP, but as you pointed out, the fact they stuck together then and that trade potential, I thought that was about to get a little bit exciting, was everything. Because you could see there was no way to overwhelm them. They couldn't find any more of those isolated frags. They had to try and battle their way through, and didn't work out for EG in the end, but with closing the gap, round by round, it's gone 6-5 now. Money is stabilizing for the North Americans, but that pace is breezy. 16 kills in those first initial 5 rounds or so, but NIP have looked very strong ever since. This is their map pick for a reason, even after losing the pistol, remember. Like, if you saw this sort of scoreline and they'd won the pistol, you think, yeah, fair enough. But the fact they've done this through essentially gun rounds, they've done a fantastic shift here on Nuke so far as Plopsky looks to get down the bench successfully.
This was the battle. Control for Yard. Evil Geniuses going outside, trying to take the fight to him, and they do! Man advantage for Evil Geniuses. Stanislaw, he dies, but Forrest and Lekro go down in the meantime.
Oh, Tarek is very well played.
Slick. Oh, he hears him. Rez knows that somebody's close. Looking for the particular shot. Ethan's going to be up here. Headshot potential. Rez will win that duel every time. And there it is. One-shot headshot with that AK. Gives him just enough of an edge. And 2 players on upper site here for Evil Geniuses. So a 2v3. Bomb control still here for NIP. And Twist has decided to take back over Yard. And so Evil Geniuses giving ground. Kind of a bit of a mix, though. Tarek has taken over the vents. I like this from Nip. Move back together. Move back together, and so you can trade effectively. You can keep the round going. 50 seconds left on the clock. Twist.
This is kind of big, actually. Breezy going towards lobby. He has no idea they're actually on the upper side at all, but he has got a slight edge here. The positioning doesn't work out for him, though.
That's why you go together. That's why you use the buddy system, Henry.
That's a very good point. And Zerg now has to retake with the AWP. It's a fantastic shot. He's done well there. Twist might be able to take him down with the HE. Not quite. It touches Zerg down to 8 HP. And at this point, it's down to the 1 versus 1. Really smart stuff here. Zerg might have to swing out for the quick scope. He's going to be spotted. And he hits the shot. That is absolutely massive from the Bulgarian. It looked like he didn't stand a chance there. But he had the audacity, even with the low HP, to swing out and challenge the plant. And he wins it.
That's agony for Twist. Your 50-50 call there. He's thinking he's coming out squeak.
Yeah.
Guy comes out main. Tough break.
But at least it goes down to a 1v1 for NIP, because once again, Evil Geniuses, you win by fragging. It's 32.50 per player. CD side of Nuke, that is just not enough. They have no residual cash. Fantastic work here from Zerg to win the round, but they enter this one of a UMP, a FAMAS, 1 kit, and Stanislaw and Tarek with no utility to speak of. Zerg will have to carry them once again through this round.
It's so gritty now with how the money is working out, where it's always these sorts of weird half buys.
Yep.
When you're rolling in dough. Otherwise, it's just sloppy stuff on both sides. I mean, Rez is on a CZ. So no utility there on his side. Light on the nades for both teams. So this is going to turn into a bit of a DM, it seems. 7-5, Evil Geniuses in the lead. And once again, presence down here in the lower halls here for Evil Geniuses. They know that Nip get control of the yard, but they do want to challenge and not give them so much map control for free early. And Cirque with the op here could put himself in a great spot to just take somebody out here on Nip's side. Like row the insurance up here. Outside by Big Red, just making sure nobody can sneak in from behind into secret from Evil Geniuses. And here it is. Cirque, your time to shine. You've been patient. Is it going to pay off? I like this from him. Playing the game, Cirque, but you're just going to get toasted.
Yeah, this is a bit like chess right now. Trying to push back. NIP making their way down towards lower. Decent damage done towards Cirque, who sat in the flames for a while, hoping he'd get that pick. It costs him 40 HP. Twist will control the vents. This was problematic before, but for now it's clear. They actually get a transition towards upper here with 25 seconds remaining. Remember, a couple of these players with no utility or decent firepower, really. 20 seconds now. Final commitment towards upper coming in.
Let's see it. How's it going to pan out here, boys? Rez with the double and the CZ as well. Traded 2 for 2. One in the yard, 9 seconds on the clock. Plopsy's got to annihilate Sneznoff. If he comes around this corner, he's got to take him out immediately. The bomb gets planted, and now Plopsky's going to have this first point. Lekro the one holding towards main, though. And Stan down to 9 HP, having to give ground. There's a bit of info there. Charging out into the middle of nowhere. Tarek trying to make it happen. 2 survive for NIP. It's a 1v2, and Stan is going to get picked off by Rez. Key round 1 for NIP. 6 rounds on the board now for their T side. Evil Geniuses on 7 and in a disastrous position considering their economy.
Yeah, that was very well played. NIP are playing some fantastic CS today. I thought Dust 2 might be a bit of a flash in the pan. You're not sure. They go down 5-0 here on Nuke. You think, okay, things starting to make sense now. EG just had a rough game, but no. NIP, they're looking like a world-class team right now. Everyone, look at the frags on the left of your screen there. Everyone's averaging around 10. That's a great team effort right now. You're grinding these rounds out, and key clutches against EG. They're not breaking. They're holding their nerve every single time. It's looking very good indeed. And it's another full eco. They're about to tie things up 7-7 on their T side of Nuke. Looking for a 2-0 here. This is fantastic.
Just keeping an eye on Nip again. They weren't going to rush on in. I like it. They're not making those fundamental mistakes of trying to run in, putting themselves at risk of getting blown up by HEs, putting themselves at risk of getting run down by pistols. Trying to stick together, trying to watch each other's backs. Plopsy going to hang back for now as well and see if anybody from Evil Geniuses is going to try and make a play. They have time on the clock, a minute here for Evil Geniuses, so now they've got yard control. Forest, getting tapped outside. Forest alone as well. No, he's going to join up with Plopsky. That leaves the bomb vulnerable. Lekro kind of left behind here.
See the barrel. You could see the edge of the silencer there sticking out. We'll see if they can actually shut Ethan down. There it is. Clean frag. They've got the advantage. Breezy already low here. Deagle not actually connecting as much as he'd like. He still gets the kill, but couldn't do much else than just a single frag there. Cirque, he'll be holding towards Secret, and now it's just the USPs to try and pick up the pieces here. Almost zero chance of winning this one on the CT side unless they can run the clock down to absolute zero.
So unfortunate. Still, Rez is ready and waiting for him. Tarek, not long for this world. Breezy still gets a headshot on Forest, so Forest was just meant to die this round. And there's Twist taking down Cirque. Tied up, Henry, 7-7. Nip on the T side of Nuke.
Yeah, that's after a 0-5 deficit, that's so impressive. It's been such a great team effort as well. It's not like they've had rounds where someone's won a crazy 1 versus 3, or they've had to go above and beyond and do something remarkable. It's just been a solid effort all round. Everyone with around, like we said, 10 to 13 kills at this point. EG aren't even playing a bad game themselves. They're doing everything they possibly can. Their money's been a nightmare. They have had players drop off in Dust too. This time it's Ethan, 2-11 for himself. Not numbers you'd expect from a player of his caliber, but this has been a difficult game for them. We'll see if they can pick up the last round, at least win the half on the CT side here. To go down 8-7 would just be such a tall order to bring back in the second half, considering this is the pick of NIP.
Keep in mind that NIP ran right over Evil Geniuses on the first map. EG's pick, Dust 2. 16-4, bit of a bloodbath. Evil Geniuses looked like they were recovering from that beating, but turns out Nip counted on letting the beatings continue here on Nuke.
Well, we've got the smokes towards outside once again, as you would expect. As I mentioned, you want to be throwing those every single round, even with 0 players behind him. Plopsky, though, he's been consistent. He has been showing presence there. The Molotov now, this suggests that the CTs might have to rotate at this point. They certainly can't get vision from the secret steps as Ethan getting spammed down to 56. That's going to hurt, especially when he's having such a rough game. Only got the FAMAS so far, and he's got half HP. 50 seconds remaining. Towards ramp we go. Flashbang from Tarek. Pretty effective, but won't find him a frag just yet. He is in a bit of an off angle, but needs to reposition. Lekro to open things up here. Tarek will strike, but he knows he has to fall back now.
Spots 2, and he spotted the bomb as well, so that'll be passed over here. Cirque, no fear. Gonna have the angle now. Decides to back off. That timing coming in from Forest. Thought he was a dead man, but the Molotov forces Cirque back. Tarek does find Forest in the end. Got left behind there in ramp room as his team wrapped around. 4-on-4, and Nip trying to go onto the upper site. Smoke perfectly timed, goes down in main. Brazy gets overwhelmed though, 1-for-1 trade. Cirque through the smoke.
How?
Finds a kill on Plopsky. Tarek comes out of nowhere, Fallen Angel. And it is going to be Evil Geniuses picking up an 8th round at the end of the first half. 8-7 on the CT side for EG. And that did look like Nip were going to get the job done, but Evil Geniuses deny them in the end.
Well, there it is. We'll take a break and be back with the second half. Do not go anywhere.
So we find ourselves here with EG picking up the final round of the first half on Nuke. They finished the half 8-7. Now we'll be changing sides. NIP going to be on the CT side, Evil Geniuses on the T side. And, well, we need to see if Evil Geniuses are going to be able to hit their stride here, get into that comfort zone, because like on Dust 2, they have a couple of players here who really are lagging behind and who aren't quite coming up with the performance necessary to take the fight to NIP. And I'm wondering what's going on here, Henry. I mean, Evil Geniuses, this was a team that got a lot of hopes up, but they are struggling right now. NIP are just looking really good on their map pick.
That is looking like a solid team. I think that's the most operative word I can bring to the table here. It's NIP. They're looking very efficient overall, and it's a fast drop towards the vents here. EG successful so far. They take a boatload of damage, but they try and get that bomb planted. Flopsky will try and deny that to the best of his ability. Does a lot of damage himself, but oh my goodness, he survives. Bomb planted now, 5 on 5 still, and Breezy to find that first kill.
Yep. PG50, Kevlar gets overwhelmed. 4v4 retake, and it still favors NIP. Have a little bit of time to work with as well, but Tarek catches Forrest looking the wrong way. This is big now. They have to worry about the flank NIP with Tarek and Ramp Room. Could throw things out of whack for him going into the retake. No smokes. They're not going to make anything easy here for NIP. They lost the pistol round on the first half, and it's looking like they're going to lose the second one as well. They're running out of time. Do they have a kit to work with here? Tarek, he'll die, but still a 1v3, and it's just not meant to be. Twist looking to make a little bit more money here. Parting shot could have been nice, but won't make it.
Well, he'll save his armor at least, that's something. But he might be dropped at this point. He's trying to scramble towards CT spawn, but a very nice approach there from EG. There it is. Tarek
had to do it, but keep doing that, Tarek.
Yeah, you got to keep it up. You have to keep it up. You can see some smiles on their faces now. Certainly not out of this game, although it looks a little bit bleak. So just in the context of Nuke, sure, they're up 9-7 right now, but it's a very CT-favored map. They won the half, which is fine, but ideally you want to be breaking double digits on that CT side. And it is the force on the CT side of Nuke here. I'm not a huge fan of this, but they did have extra money with Twist saving the armor. He's gone for a deagle himself. He's the Yorpa, so it's okay. And you can certainly make this work. And it's 5 rifles for EG here, so they won't have all the bells and whistles to go with it, but they've certainly got a lot of firepower.
Well, no surprise there to see somebody holding in lockers, so. Where's those trophy room? I mean, what is it called now today? I mean, since they changed the map.
I just say radio still.
You still say radio?
Yeah. Everyone knows.
And some names just stick.
That smoke is not ideal. That could be the bomb going down. Luckily, Tarek senses it, and he is quick to cross, but still needs to find his way to safety. He's got the bomb on his back, remember, and his teammates are already down towards Secret. He's a little bit isolated right now. They've got plenty of time, and let's work this one out. Problem is, with no smokes remaining, getting that bomb planted up against a CZ is going to be quite the feat.
Oh, this is so painful as well. I mean, now that Deagle in the hands of Lekro is a real threat. Lekro decided to back off to Ramp Room, though. It's looking like NIP wants to group up together. 2 are already holding a crossfire on ramp for NIP. Now you have a third added into the mix. And on the upper side, it's looking like Hut's going to see some action here. So EG, where do they elect to go? Is it going to be upper? It looks like Ethan's going to be clearing out main, and that might be the answer here for Evil Geniuses. Sarah going to find the first kill to kick things off. That's Twist out of the fight. Still 2 players here on the upper side for NIP, though. They're going to be moving on through. Cirque finds the one. There's Rez holding close with the CZ-75. He's got a Krieg now to work with as well. We've seen that he can be effective with this rifle. 3v4. Bomb gets planted for EG, though.
Might just be better off saving at this point. You're not going to win this round. You've got a Krieg, armor, CZs, Deagle, and a kit as well. I would say you get a second bite of the cherry in the next round instead of just trying to force the issue here. Sure, hold some exits, see what other frags you can find. You definitely want to upgrade those pistols if possible, but you're going to be full eco next round. You might as well see what Rez can do, who's on red hot form right now. Might as well see if he can perform into the next. So I like this from NIP. It's not the most exciting approach, but it's certainly the most effective. EG will take a sigh of relief knowing this round is going in their favor. And Cirque now checking all the obvious positions. Normally CT spawn is where their CTs reside when they're trying to save weapons. Gives him checking every single corner here. Confirms it's clear now. He can just have some fun bouncing around. And there it is, a sigh of relief. And EG will be posting double digits. But 3 NIP members survive. Not too carried away just yet. Still a difficult round coming up next. The Krieg in the hands of Rez. So where do you want to position if you're him right now? Outside seems the most viable position, looking towards that silo spot. Could go towards ramp as well for the one-tap potential. Could just hold upper in a traditional way. Got plenty of options. We'll see what he comes up with. And remember, you've got Lekro with the Deagle there. One of the most powerful Deagles in this entire tournament. Is up against EG here.
They certainly are not out of the woods yet here, EG. And NIP, well, we saw what they were capable of. They were down, but they certainly weren't out at the end of the first half when Evil Geniuses took 5 rounds in a row after winning the pistol. So EG now, they're on double digits, 10 rounds, but Nip perfectly capable of inflicting some serious pain here. So yard control going to come down once again here for Evil Geniuses. Standard fare. Rez, though, this time going to be a bit of aggression coming in. Tries to beat the molly. Takes a lot of damage in the process. Down to 31 health. They were ready for the peak. Ethan was up high on Silo, just waiting for it. Nicely done there by Breezy.
Yeah, starting to come online now. He had a really difficult Dust 2, if you remember. He posted not even past double digits, and now he's in 21. So doing a lot of good work now. That's a great opening pick. They've already done damage to Rez. He can't catch a break here. Another Molotov lands at his feet, now down to 17 points of health. Lekro unable to connect the dots here with the Desert Eagle, but does significant damage to 2 players. Forrest on top of the hut door. Looks like this round will be going in favor of EG once again, unless Forrest somehow finds a multiple frags. There was a chance there, a slim one. It looked promising for a second. 4 versus 2, make it 1. Plopsky remains with CZ, and there's a chance for a kill. Oh, there it is. He'll convert it and grab the Galil.
Does Ethan let him survive with it, though? Ethan on the hunt. And, I mean, a Galil, it isn't exactly like you want to throw away a whole lot trying to run this one down. If it was a Krieg, yeah, there you go.
I thought you were going to do some like Mission Impossible wordplay there. Ethan Hunt. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
I'm not that smart, Henry.
Wow.
But there it is. Clean round for Evil Geniuses. 3 survive. And, well, Nip now, they're going to get that big buy round that they were saving up for. So now let's see what they're capable of here on the CT side. All eyes on Nip. Definitely capable, Evil Geniuses, of running away with this. So a little bit of pressure here on Nip to establish themselves.
Yeah, remember that we have got both pistols now in favor of EG, which have been converted to 3 zeros on either side. If they end up losing this map, like, that is a massive deal. Like, they'll be kicking themselves.
It's been a bit of the theme so far this tournament, though. So we'll have to see. Massive damage. Just big spray there from Lekro through the smoke. Tarek down to 6 HP. Barely makes his way down into Secret, but he's limping. And now Evil Geniuses, they don't have a whole lot of nades to work with. Most of their smoke's used up. They've got a single one on. Never mind. Stanislaw is dead. Smoke will get recovered, I imagine. Light on the nades, though. So let's see. Flash on out. Evil Genius is putting some pressure on ramp. Twist seems to realize it, though. He hears the footsteps. He's backing off.
Yeah.
He's got Plopsky there to back him up as well on the lower site.
That's fine, though. Ramp players, if you get 1 kill and survive, that's pretty much your job done for the round. That's all you have to do. You can allow them to have ramp. Sure, it's a valuable part of the map, but you want to maintain the advantage you can find and just fall back to more defensive lines. Cirque, though, aggressive as usual, trying to open things up. Looks like the double kill for Lekro. They line up for him, and the bomb goes down. That's pretty remarkable scenes as Tarek left on 6 HP. Surely there's nothing they can do in this round. At this point, it's just about inflicting financial damage. Any kills they can get will be influential going forward, but the round should be going in favor of NIP now.
Real chance here for NIP. Let's see it. Forrest back at the site. Ethan is just a monster with the Krieg. On. There it is. Lekro gets his 3rd. And now Tarek with 6 HP. 1v4 clutch. Let's go. Shirt will come off. The hype will be real.
It would. I think it'd be justified if he wins this one. With 15 seconds remaining in this position, I would allow it. I'd say keep the camera on him, let him have his moment. But it looks like he'll just have to sit back and wait for the next round. They will be getting $1,400 per player into the next. So you might as well hold on to the rifle. What he has right now in terms of a Molotov, armor, and the AK is worth significantly more than what he currently has. Lucky he survives the one. Even 6 HP, he somehow comes out on top on that duel. So there we have it. Money's still relatively strong for EG, though, especially the AK saved. Tarek can reinvest his grenades. Sir can even buy an AWP, which I would probably go with at this point, but he's going to drop a weapon instead, just to make sure everyone's got absolutely everything they need, and you'll see a lot of Kriegs on the T side of Nuke. We've seen the range towards outside, that side of position, the jewels there. You want to have the scope as we get into round number 20 now, getting to the bookend of this second map. NIP looking to find a 2-0. I don't think many people have predicted that. Twist 2 will be going towards ramp, but actually going secret instead of holding that position. So that's nice. You want to see these AWPs remain dynamic. And we're looking for that pick and seeing if he can ruffle the feathers of EG outside.
Let's see it. Scope at range as well. And they have been keeping an eye on Secret. No Plopsky this time, no Twist. Twist holding passive, in fact. So they seem to be aware of it, rather. NIP. Instead, focusing on Lekro out in yard to hold it. He's got that M4. Bet he was wishing he had that Krieg back. But he nearly picked off Tarek through the smoke last time. It's looking like he's going to go and try again. Flashes go through. Lekro, bullets all over the place. Trying to make something happen, but it's not meant to be. And Twist is going to be in for a real rough time. 2 people, nearly 3, about to come charging around the corner at him. Misses the shot as well. Have to do it. There it is. Picks up the 1.
That's
1 for 1. That was the best case scenario for him there.
Yeah, that was absolutely all he could ever find. There was 1 kill. Forest will keep them in reach of the advantage, though, and it's going to be Plopsky. Great work towards lower. Still a 3 versus 2. Stanistor and Breezy with flashbangs, a smoke available, but 40 seconds on the clock. Plopsky looking to close things out here. He's got 5 points of health and now has the bomb down towards lower. That's round done. Breezy is just too far away from it and doesn't have enough time to really operate in an effective manner. He'll come out towards the hut here. He still has the smoke, but really, what can he do at this stage? Rez might as well go join his teammates and sit on the bomb, but he'll be towards the T-vent for now. Breezy will be checking it, takes him down, but that only gives up his position. He still has to find that bomb, get it planted, and they know exactly where he is.
Plopsky's got 5 HP. This is still interesting here. 10 seconds pretty much on the clock now. Both players looking towards the lower site, and he has a smoke. Can he sneak around? Yes, he can. Going to be able to stick this plant, and now all the nade, but he's going to survive it.
What?
It's Plopsky with the follow-up.
The nade didn't take him?
50. I mean, he was at full HP there, Ethan.
Oh.
It was Plopsky that had 6.
Oh, there you go. That's what I was getting so confused with the HP at that point. I was like, oh, God, how did that nade not take him down? Okay, well, there it is. That explains it. That does make a lot of sense. Well, still, decent plan, I have to say, from EG. The fact that he could even get that one down was impressive. It didn't look like he stood a chance there, but Plopsky, what's stunning work that was towards the lower side. Great positioning. Remember, 17 years of age, that kid, and he's playing years above his experience level. That's impressive, to say the least.
I'm freaking out, man. Look at the light, man. What's going on here, man?
Oh, it's gonna be pistols here now.
Oh, smoke messed up there. That's unfortunate. Still, 9-11, Nip trailing. And straight out onto the upper site. All out carnage here, though. Forest Rez just going to shred him. Rez with the triple. Ethan going to be the next one out. And this is a classic Nuke eco. Just run out onto upper, see what you can get. See if you can get that bomb planted. Didn't happen, and so the round is over quick, and EG going to be getting into the buy round here.
Well, this is where the second half really begins. It's starting to get tied up here. NIP have found double digits. You're getting big spray down towards that upper side. Rez is looking razor sharp. Round 22 coming in, AWP for Twist, and the frag distribution. So lovely to see on the NIP side. Still got Ethan on 5 and 15. He needs to pull his socks up here and have some big moments just to get his confidence up there. There's still plenty of time to do it, but they are on the T side of Nuke. They need him to come online here as the nades are exchanged towards outside. As Tarek takes the brunt of the damage there. Remember, the M4 is not a one-shot headshot, but now it will be towards Tarek if he can find him first. Great positioning here. What a dirty smoke that is! It yields 2 frags. That's ridiculous. Lekro and Forest do God's work outside. 5 on 2 as quick as you like. EG surely have nothing to say about round number 22 now.
Oh, and he gets out of it as well. That is terrible for EG. Ethan down to 50 HP. Cirque on the flank, but Lekro knows it. Going to be hunting for this kill. Gets it. Headshot on Cirque. Drops him. Ethan. 6th frag for him, but that is it. 4 players survive for Nip. A little bit. There you go, Henry. There you go. A little bit of a holler back.
I want to see that.
A little bit of a holler back.
This is the perfect time to do it. They're waiting until they've got them right where they want them. That's when they'll start the psychological warfare. And it's going to be effective at this point. That was their kind of partial investment there. They don't really have a lot to speak of going into this next round. Number 23, we've got CZs, we've got Deagles, PD50s, and a few smokes. And it looks like NIP are going to take the lead. They haven't really had it so far on Nuke, and now 11-11. EG will be making a wish that they can do something with these pistols. Out towards the vent once again. Stanistor, though, dropped by Plopsky. It just seems to be so aware and in the correct position every single round. Damage through the smoke once again. Lekro is relentless as they'll try and get the bomb planted here. They've been very good at getting this bomb down, though. We'll see what EG can make of this, but it's Plopsky they need to get through first.
Yeah, good work here from Plopsky trying to back off, but Tarek might be able to catch him in the back. Nope, Plopsky's aware of it. Good positioning on his side, and he's got support from his teammates as well.
Wow.
Twist there to collect the 2, and that is as brutal as it gets. Perfect anti-eco around there from NIP. They take the lead 12-11. They keep 5 alive, so their money keeps getting stronger here on the CT side of Nuke, which is pretty much end days for Evil Geniuses. If CT side of Nuke have got players with $10,000 at the beginning of the round, that's a world of hurt.
It really is. It's difficult now. They're going to take a tactical timeout. Now you sit on here some cheering and some whooping. They're not necessarily talking smack, just some sound effects, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But Twist, this is solid. Like, how much of a clean round is that? No bomb planted, barely any damage taken. They're falling back to defensive lines. As soon as they get in trouble, there's backup from the teammates. You really love to see this. I haven't said these words about NIP for a long time, Semler. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a chaotic couple of years for them, but this is looking wonderful.
Well, Henry, Daddy's back. This is when Nip.
The belt's back on.
This is when Nip start to get things in order here.
Yeah.
Start getting back into the mix. Become a real threat again. See what I did there?
I see exactly what you did there. That's a shout out to the former coach, I suppose. for anyone playing at home, that's what he went for there. It really worked as well.
12 to 11. 12 to 11, but because no bomb plant, slightly limited on the grenades. They're still getting the key ones, though. Mollies and smokes here for Evil Geniuses. They will have the setup. Oh, Tarek, let's get it right.
Where's that lineup?
Let's get it right. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Just throw it.
Just wing it.
You know what? Just throw it, mate. Just get it out of here.
Doesn't manage to quite get it there on Secret, and that might come back to hurt him if those are the kinds of situations. And we saw that yesterday a little bit, Henry, where you're getting nades that aren't quite hitting right, and it comes back to bite you. If you're winging nades that are supposed to be clearing positions that your teammates then need to go out in and clear themselves, that's a spicy one. But they will be making adjustments here. Evil Geniuses used quite a few of their nades, and there's a minute left on this clock.
There's a nice little gap there for Twist, and he'll be kicking himself with that one. Gets a second chance, can't convert it. It's actually going to be Serg to pick up Tarek with that frag for sure. It's Rez that somehow holds strong now. Forest will be tested here, but NIP continue to find headshot after headshot. Rez with a decent flashbang here, but painted little corner. Surely he's got nothing left. 3 on 2, but Twist nails a shot. This time not missing, and the bomb will be planted. Twist is low. Plopsky will have to do most of the heavy lifting here.
And both of them getting out of harm's way as well here from Evil Geniuses. What a great decision. Back off. Hold the hut, and then play the mind games. Twist, he's going to be looking for... it seems like Twist is probably just going to try and keep his teammates back. If his teammate were to go down now, he's going to drop instead. Time's running out here, and you need to win these fights. Plopsky goes down, and it's all on Twist. Finds the first shot on Stan. 22 HP left on Ethan. He's got a kick. There's the tip. Oh! Came so close! That would have been insane!
He was so ready for it as well. There was like milliseconds to make that a reality.
Can we get a slow-mo of that, please?
Yeah, get it down to like 1% speed. That was ridiculous. If he hits that, that's a shot at the tournament. My God.
That would have been insane.
Well, they still bring it down to 1 versus 1. You referenced it before. The money for an IP is out of control, right? They're looking very, very good overall. But remember, with the new money system, at least I say new, it's been around for 8 months now, but they only get $1,400 on top of that. So they'll be whittled away out very quickly. It's a mag 10 for Tarek, but overall, not too bad, I suppose. There is a UMP in the mix. They take heavy nade damage. They're crossing quickly towards outside once again. Tarek takes a nade on the head, down to 66, but he has got secret control. Fast pace here at the start. Stanislaw edges his way over towards Tarek's position. It's the SMGs that are heading towards lower, so that could be a bit of a ruse, trying to suggest they're going towards lower, but it does look like his teammates are heading towards the ramp position, so a lower split. They're be on their agenda here.
Indeed. Quick on down, seeing if they can get onto that lower side. Breezy looking for a rotation. Oh, Circa's going to get spotted out, tagged through the wall, down to 30 HP, and now they come dropping in. Twist doesn't miss that time.
So
Forest
sick.
and Twist, 2 kills, but Circa's there to trade, takes down Lekro. Still a man advantage for NIP on the CT side, though, and they've got control of that lower site. Minute left on the clock, though, for Evil Geniuses, and that opens up options like that. Tarek catches Plopsky looking the wrong way. We're into a 3-on-3. Twist on the site, needs to hit that. And he falls at the hands of Cirque, but that's a shot that Twist really needed to nail.
Oh, that nade might do it. It does! The bomb will be denied. It's Forest now, left in a 1 versus 1. He's bought himself some time with that key frag towards the planter. Ethan, 56 HP. His position has been given up. He'll have to make noise on the drop here. He has got smoke towards decon, but he's lost track of Forest completely here. He has got the bomb on his back. He's got time to go towards upper. That would be a decent call if he can get up there.
Does he go for it? I think he does. That's sick. Oh, yep. Just go ahead. Get on up. Forest in no position to stop this. He is just far enough, and it looks like Forest is going to be able to try to get the... Oh! Slightly seconds late, and now Forest, he's up at the fence, and this is big.
Oh, this is so smart from Forest. He's just going to sow the seeds of doubt inside Ethan's head. He's got no idea. That's what you get when you mess with the legend. Oh, my goodness. That's one of the best and most intelligent plays we've seen today. That's amazing. Wow. Are you gobsmacked?
I'm gobsmacked because, again, remember the rule, right? Let them come to you, Henry.
Yeah, you're right.
Let them come to you. Of course, Forrest, a man who's long in the tooth, he's going to be knowing all the little tricks, but also the fundamentals. If you can get the guy to walk in your crosshairs, boom, done. Clutch one, and 13-12 to score. Nip taking the lead on the CT side. 3 rounds away. from winning the series versus Evil Geniuses.
That was so well played from Forrest. He bamboozled him.
He did. But it's the luck of the draw, right? He gets up a split second through the vents. Yeah. I thought he wasn't even going to make it in time because he missed the first jump, but he got it.
Nailed it. Problem is, only one player surviving, and unfortunately, EG will benefit from that. They go back towards maximum loss bonus situation here with the bomb planted, so they get a nice healthy buy here. NIP are clutching at straws. They'll bring together what they can. We can see they've had to heavily invest in this one. Twist, Lecro fully invested. There is some residual cash left over, but this is a very important round. This might be indicative of who takes the map here. As we'll see, a slower pace approach from EG. They have got a player towards the top of main entrance. That's going to be Ethan. Struggling so far, as we'll smoke towards outside once more. Breezy deploying this and presumably holding towards the lobby. Will go join his teammates, however.
Okay. Just damage getting taken, but they are able to work their way up. Twist is going to be in for a real rough time here. Got spotted, needed that kill. At least he gets a 1-for-1 now. Doesn't even look like Evil Geniuses are trying to trade.
They look like they're a little unhinged right now. Smokes are landing in awkward positions. They have managed to get a lovely kill there towards Upper, so that will reset everything. Back to the 4-on-4, and they have Heaven control. But what's the play now? Ethan, a little bit isolated, needs to try and get out, but Forrest will dodge the flashbang. Can he find both the frags? Good trading potential there, as it will be Stannis sort of save the day here, but will he be aware of Twist, who doesn't seem to be missing right now?
He's changing it up as well. Now he's got a Krieg in play.
A decoy. He can throw that out and swing off it. There it comes. Swing.
1, 2, and let's see. Both in main. Spotted. Cirque dancing a dance right now. Tarek with the long-range duel. Had to win it. Takes down Plopsky. HG could go on Tarek. Doesn't kill him, though. Not enough damage dealt. 43 HP, and he's just going to stick it. Twist. Does he actually do this?
No! That's so insane. We said that could be the one that decides the victor of Nuke, and a 2 versus 1. No one checks the bomb Semler. They completely crumble under the pressure. That is ridiculous.
Oh, Henry. Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
If we had the crowd in an arena right now, we'd have just blown the roof off.
Well, no, it wouldn't have happened because the whole crowd would
have
gone crazy.
You're right. You're exactly right.
It would have not happened. That's the thing.
It wouldn't have gone.
They're so used to having the crowd to tell them these things.
That's such a good point. You're right.
And now all of a sudden it's like, no, you can go for the stick.
Yeah.
You can just stick it.
That's such a good point. I didn't even consider that.
I'm waiting for somebody to go for the knife now. You know, just like some kind of crazy knife play. We saw one yesterday, I think. Somebody went for the knife. Managed to pull it off. There's no crowd to tell him. Just the different ways. That's the thing, though. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a different way of playing CS. You just have to take into account.
Well, a faster approach here, and Forrest will be taken down. The wind taken out of their sails here, but Lecro, he needs to find a couple of kills. Not going to happen. EG, 4 versus 1, and somehow do have the advantage here. It's going to be Rez, though, looking to find frags. Damage has been done here. There is a chance he can win this. What a round it would be if he could. They know exactly where he is. They can hear the flame ticking away at his HP here. Money is absolutely wrecked here. You can see they've won, what? They've won out of the last 8 rounds, they've won 7 of them, and they're absolutely wrecked for money.
It's a tough break here for NIP, man.
Yeah.
What was it like? How many rounds has it been? Yeah, you could say it was, what, 8 rounds of nothing but slow from Evil Geniuses? 14-12, and Evil Geniuses decide to actually move before the minute 30 mark and just go barreling into the defense. Nip don't know how to handle it, and it's all ogre. 14-13 is the score. Evil Geniuses showing some fight. They save 3 Kriegs. And they are still in the run here because Nip, man, the money is brutal here for NIP.
Yeah, that's a real problem. Rez had to save that M4 to even give them anything to destruction. I think they have to let this go 14-14.
Yeah, I think so too.
And if that's the only way they want to take it in regulation, that is. So Rez will be joined by 4 USPs here. It's a little bit gutted. Gone for an incendiary Forest. That has denied the upper rush here completely, or maybe there's smokes outside. We'll keep an eye on him as to what he's up to. So incendiary just towards the squeaky door just to shut down a very fast approach, give them upper control. But it's a fast pace that continues here for EG. They need to be careful. They could run into the Lion's Den if they're not careful.
Can I get a Lecro in position with the Zeus? And I know, I'm asking for the Zeus kill. But the man bought it. Let's see if he can pull something off here.
I don't think we've seen a Zeus kill, at least since we've been casting.
No, we haven't seen a Zeus kill, but I was just, yesterday I was saying, oh man, the Zeus.
Yeah.
And it's true, it's the Zeus, but then, you know, you use 4 Kriegs, you deserve what you get. So. Oh, nicely done by Rez. He's going to get caught. Unreal.
That's almost lucky he gets away with that one without even taking 1 point of damage. Frustrating for Breezy. He was almost checking that angle. They don't recover the rifle, but still, Reds, he'll open things up. It gives them a chance. It runs down that clock. They can now hold position towards upper.
Indeed. A little bit of a stack here from NIP. A little bit of a peek there for info from Plopsky. Spots out Tarek at least. That was the bomb as well, so now there's some information here for Nip to go off of. Could still work their way down secret, and it looks like that's the game plan here for Evil Geniuses. Tarek is slowly working his way over here. Rez forced out. Good nade use there by Evil Geniuses.
Remember, they lost to a full eco on Dust 2. EG, that was.
True, true.
So this is a little bit further than that. They got a Zeus out, an M4, a P250, and now a Krieg. Plopsky finds it. They didn't throw that weapon away. That could come back and haunt them.
Does he get the timing? No, Stanislaus here. Yes. No Kevlar. Real hard situation there for Plopsky. Oh, and Forrest can't capitalize it either. Black Road, no Zeus. One after another.
2-on-2, 12 seconds here, Semler. There is a chance if he gets this frag. This is the one that decides it all. It's down to a 1 versus 1 some way, somehow. Reds, the player with armor, he knows exactly where Ethan is. He has not been hitting his shot this game. Will he find the kill now? It's down to 15 HP. This will be the full eco victory. 1 bullet either way will do it. It's an absolute battle of wits here. Who will land the shot? It's going to be Ethan. It's absolutely massive for them. They had to win that round. My goodness. It looked like it all fell apart there. Ethan, who's barely been able to scrape together much more than 10 frags here, he'll save the day and the most important kill of them all.
What a play. What a clutch coming through. He redeemed himself, Henry. It's been such a brutal map for Ethan, but that, of all the rounds to win, comes down to the meaty ones, Henry, the ones that make the difference. And well, Nip, they got to buy now. After the round of eco, we will get an AWP in play here for Twist, but they're so light on the nades. They don't even have a kit to run with. Evil Genius is fully geared up and ready for action. Yes. This is it, 14-14. We're tied.
They've got no utility at all. Look at them. EG is helping themselves to the map at this point. Lekro, is he going to be checked at this point? He's not. There's a double kill on the plate for him. He only gets the 1. He's going to be kicking himself after that, but he does take Cirque down to 12 HP. The 4-on-4, especially with the utility and the position that it is, that does favor EG. And it will be Rez to take heavy damage here. Forrest to look to find that low HP player, but it'll be Cirque tucking himself in towards the warehouse. You can see all eyes towards that position. They know there is a kill available there.
Patience is going to be key here for NIP at this point. They've both been targeted a little bit, but you need to get some nades out of Evil Geniuses. You're waiting for them to get them in play. Plopsky's got a smoke and a flash, so something to work with here for NIP. But Evil Geniuses are playing this so patiently. They know the pressure's on NIP right now. They know that they don't have the best of buys. So they're waiting to see if NIP are the ones who are going to crack first and try and make a play. Cirque with the smoke. Information gained. Flash through into main. And let's see. Action's going to be on upper here. Ethan going to check for the usual spots. Smoke has been there. Has been used, however, to block off Forrest's usual spot. Forrest is on the other side, though. He's ready and waiting. Stanislaus spots his speed, though, and that's not going to be good. Rez overwhelmed, and Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
4v1.
Twist will have to save. That could be the GG moment there, because now EG have map point. Money is non-existent for NIP. They have to play for overtime now, and they've only got the orb. In terms of loss bonus, it's barely established. There'll be a third stage after this. It's going to be $2,400 per player on top of 0. So that's what? CZs and SMGs are going to go with this orb.
Yes, but what is the new name for...
We're calling it CSGO overtime right now, you know, but for a reason. Maybe we might not get there if Twist has been found, because they're going to hunt him. They're going to throw everything they've got to take him down, surely. They've got enough to at least get a couple of players in that position. Yeah, he's dead. He's done for.
He's got to go down here.
He 100% will.
Yep. Perfect. No AWP. Ethan looks like he wants to hold on to it for the next round. And so we will get the full buy coming in for EG, obviously, but it's what you can get here for NIP. Deagle, CZ, Deagle. What does Rez elect to go for? We got Twist with the scout. Pressure on NIP here to get the job done. Rez with the swag 7. Okay, then.
Yeah, Nuke is one of the few maps you'll consistently see the shotguns come out. Normally the auto shotty, but the Max 7 can be effective as well. He's looking for those quick picks, usually towards Secret. We'll see where he wants to operate with it as we get into what could be the final round of this second map. The reverse sweep from EG. Remember, they won both pistols, converted them to 3-0s as well. It would have been a gut punch for them to give this map up. It looks like they've done enough here. It would be a disaster to lose to the Deagles and CZs now.
So patient. Let's see it. Smokes are in. Smoke wall's about to go up. Lecro just wishing he had an M4 to go blazing away because he's been so good at putting damage on the board. Doesn't spot him. Clever positioning there from Ethan. Makes it hard for Twist to read. Just right now wondering, where does he go? Jump shot into headshot onto Ethan. That would be the dopest shot ever taken in CSGO, but it's not meant to be.
No, not quite. Well, that's the opening kill. 16-14 looking very likely now. It's going to take a bit of a miracle from NIP. That shotgun and scout combo needs to deliver. Ethan, a bit of a precarious position. He will go down. Nice work from Twist. So that'll force him down towards lower, maybe.
4 on 4.
We have one player towards ramp. That's Breezy, I think. So he'll be looking to split things up here, but he takes significant damage. That confirms they're going towards lower. You're rotating now if you're an IP. You're trying to get down there. Twist gets another with the scout. Could this be enough for overtime? It's a little bit clumsy towards lower at this point. Throwing the Molotov towards ramp, but they don't have enough to cover both positions. As now the open plant comes in. Need to be very aware of Plopsky coming in with that Krieg. 3 players with the CTs now coming from the ramp room. The flashbang effective, but Twist still continuing with the scout. 2 kills to his name so far. Can he make it a third?
Force comes out of nowhere. There's Stanislaw, though. Stanislaw 1 and 2. Could get the third here. Plopsky has traded up, looking for the fight. Krieg on Krieg, and Plopsky wins it. 2v1, and it will be a 1v1 now. Cirque versus Plopsky. Cirque with a couple of nades to work with. Plopsky not quite sure where he's coming from, but Plopsky just sticking it. He doesn't have a kit, he has to. And this is Cirque just trying to realize now it is going to be the winning shot. It is! Does he have time?
I think he does.
It's barely going to squeak. No, he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. Oh, unbelievable. 16-14 win for Evil Geniuses. They run it back in the very end, a scrappy second half. And that is both of these teams winning each other's maps.
Absolutely. What a great game that was. It looked like NIP had it under lock and key. They managed to get 7 rounds on their T side. It was a great chip from everyone involved. The frag distribution was fantastic. Their clutch potential was great. They lost both pistols there, and at least a 16-14 defeat. EG, they'll be thanking their lucky stars because their performances overall as a squad has not been synergized. They've had a couple of players step